What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Comics Remixed. I'm your host, Junior, alongside my heterosexual life mate,
David Sanchez.
Alright.
Only heterosexual on a daily basis. Homosexual for the right price.
There's always something with you.
Hey, man.
Always
gotta make
something.
money. Gotta make money, gotta pay bills. America.
Okay. Welcome to episode 24.1. One full episode away from the big silver anniversary.
25.
Yeah. We still got a point left to get to, so without any further ado, let's just get into it, man. Let's get the ball rolling.
How's it going, Junior? How you doing?
I'm all right. I didn't wash my hands when I wiped my ass earlier.
It's okay, man.
We're family.
I really want to take a shit, so I'm super gassed.
Oh, fuck you, man. All right, let's go. Let's just get right into this, man. There's not a lot of news in the comic biz this time of year. Unfortunately, it's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Most of the big news, big announcements come out during the summer for the big summer blockbusters, the movies, the big most of the conventions are in the summer, so like I said, it is what it is. So, but there's always still something to talk about, which is the whole reason we started the show to begin with.
Unrelated to comics, but equally as awesome, I actually got out of watching the Twilight movie. I was this
We
close.
don't mention that shit on here.
But isn't that awesome though? Like, you're this close with your woman, just like right at the theater, and then you think to yourself, hey, wasn't it your niece's birthday? You didn't get her anything. Why don't you go to the movies with her? Bam, save.
For you, but how does that help all of them?
Well, just something to think about. How awesome it was for me.
Don't you want to find out what happens?
Yeah.
Didn't you watch the other 9 or however many there
I got out of those too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off. Quick thing here. A lot of online news, comic news people or whatever. There are a lot of them. You can get your news from Comic Vine, Newsarama. You can go to Comics Remixed. Website coming soon. You can go do all those things. There's one in particular though that is making a bit more of an impact in the comic industry at the moment. Whether it's good or bad is yet to be known. But there's a website called Bleeding Cool. A lot of you, I'm sure, have heard of it. They also report the news, but at the same time, I look at them as more of a gossip column.
Like People Magazine.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they sit there and they report the hirings, the firings, the he said, she said behind the scenes, and at the end of the day, I don't think that shit matters in this industry.
Well,
unless it's Rob Liefeld.
When they first came out, I was thinking they really are trying to fill that void that Wizard magazine left behind.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
but
agree.
would you even see it as the same content?
No,
when you think about it?
No.
I mean, Wizard.
No way. No way at all.
Obviously, Wizard had his ties with all the big major publishing companies because that's what you want.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said,
but
BleedingCool.com does report news, like as the other ones do. But I find when I have to get my news, I do look at other sources, obviously, because Comics Remixed. We're not going to sit here and fabricate our own news. We get our news from other news outlets. It's as simple as plain. It's just the way the world works.
we will talk shit.
Yeah, it's not even talking shit. It's me being honest. So take it as you will. I think they're a gossip column for the most part. Like 50-50. I'm not bashing them completely. But anyway, the point is, they've, like you said with the whole Wizard thing, now they've come out with a magazine called Bleeding Cool Magazine. First issue's on sale. So it's issue 0. It's got a Bloodshot cover on it. The one thing that kind of irked me, at first I was kind of nice to see. On the cover it says, actually I've got a copy here, just so conveniently. Bleeding Cool Magazine, number 1. Oh, look at that. There it is, right there. Oh. So anyway, as you can see, it says top 100 most powerful people in comics. Now, the list was created by a man named Rich Johnston, who is also the pretty much creator of Bleeding Cool, is the big head honcho of it. The list was by him. Every person who made this list, their little, description or whatever was written by him as well. It irritates me when you put yourself on a list. I know he does this because he likes the attention. He's the type of person that says, yeah, kiss my ass, hate me, whatever. I don't see his contribution as him being a powerful person in the comic industry. He put himself at number 78, okay? Number 79 is J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
number.
And let me tell you why. Because J. Scott Campbell is one of the many pioneer indie illustrators that rose up to become a big star to actually owning his own advertising agency.
Mm-hmm.
It's not obviously not a huge agency, but I mean it's still a lot. It's still where many artists would want to be. So like it's kind of like whoa, kind of like back off, dude.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think is bigger? A magazine that's just coming into fruition, you had the website, you know, you're reporting what you're doing, or you being responsible for creating some of the biggest Comic-Cons in recent years?
Well, neither, because I don't see how being a magazine based on reporting the goings-ons of the industry has influences on the industry.
Okay.
Unless you're a thorough investigative reporting company where what you can say can possibly hurt or
right, like make or break something,
or garner like enough interest from a major publisher to be like, oh shit, you know, they're saying this crap about us, you know, let's write them a letter,
right,
a lawyer,
well,
put it on lawyer stationery.
It did happen.
It did.
Greg Capullo.
No, that's it.
Yeah. But anyway, so do you think, like, okay, let's say you did the magazine, that's a big thing, right? Let's say you're responsible for it, or like I said, you're responsible for the creations of New York Comic Con and C2E2. Which one do you think is bigger?
Well, that holds influence. Obviously, one on the selling points. I mean, you're the branch.
Okay.
You have a convention. You're the branch between the between digital, print, movies. You know,
my point in it, Lance Festerman, you know Lance, is the creator of New York Comic Con C2E2. He comes in at number 84 on this list.
That's stupid.
Rich Johnson put himself before that. And, you know,
it's
like
not
I said,
a picture of Lance Festerman.
No, it's not.
Posterized.
Like I said though, this list was written by Rich Johnson. His descriptions, all the descriptions for everybody on the list were written by Rich. So he wrote his own description out.
But he basically put himself low enough where he didn't think a lot of people would actually mind.
True, but I don't see how you would put yourself before Scott Campbell, before Lance Festerman, before number 92, Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's kind of, that.
You know,
that's a huge influence right there.
Before,
what he did in the 80s, you know, it's still
before
today.
George R.R. Martin, who came in at number 85. Scott Ailey is the senior managing editor at Dark Horse. He's number 89.
I think if you're an editor, you have a lot of influence.
Oh, I agree. Bob Schreck, everybody remembers Bob Schreck. Number 98. Number 100 on the list, Howard Chaykin. No way.
What did you mention right now about Greg Capullo?
Oh, he Bleeding Cool reported something that Greg didn't like, and it was about Greg, something that he supposedly did at a convention, and like during a panel or something, he asked some girl had a question for him, and she said that if he answered the question, she would offer up her girl, because her girl was just like scantily clad as in cosplay. So he told the girl to stand up or whatever and turn around because he wanted to look at her ass. And supposedly the report was exaggerated. According to Bleeding Cool, they got the report from there was three other people, other publishers or whatever, news things that can verify the report. Greg is saying that they're falsifying it, and not only is his wife mad, but his lawyer is mad. So he's like forcing them to take all that down and make a withdrawal. And Rich quickly was like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
That's still not major, and that's not influential.
Exactly.
That's just causing
That's my
stir.
point. That's my point.
Yeah.
So the whole point to all of this rambling, and besides, saying why would you put yourself on your own list or whatever, the top 10 are always the most important.
Right.
Okay. So from us to you, we want you guys for episode .1, comment on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, whatever. Who do you think the top 10 most powerful people in comic book history are? Who do you think they are? Even if you don't know their name, you can be like the guy who writes The Walking Dead or who created Walking Dead.
That's interesting because obviously we would probably have a different list than probably the newer fans.
Oh, I agree.
So that's why these things would be a lot more interesting if he had a few more points of view instead of like his.
That's what I mean.
Top one.
But we want you guys to go ahead and tell us who you think the top 10 are, and we'll go ahead and episode 2 and tell you who the top 10 really were according to this magazine and whatnot. And whether we agree with them or not.
Yeah.
You know, I will go ahead and say most of the top 10 I do agree should be on the list. I don't know. I doubt that they should be in the positions they are. That's all I'm gonna say. So we'll leave that like that till point 2. For now, like I said, go ahead and leave your comments and stuff. Who do you think's on the list? Top 10.
Yeah. How would you organize a list like that? Because honestly, the way I would organize a list like that, it wouldn't be top 100. Definitely not by rank, by who's number 1 and who's 100. Just like it's more like these are just the 100 people who have influenced our lives.
Yeah.
Not necessarily by best or worst.
Right. Because I could see that because it's hard to like. Let's say your sales is influencing your list. You know, how do you? Something might be hot 1 month, and then
you're a creator and you're an editor. You're influencing different parts of the industry.
Oh,
if
I
you're
totally agree.
a director and you're a writer,
Mm-hmm.
you know, different things. Obviously, if you're Disney and you're you're Jon Favreau.
Right.
Marvel is influential because they're putting money into the industry. Jon Favreau's he's in there because
he's funneling that.
He properly translated a character.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, guys, this is kind of like how you have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
it is what it is. So point 2, we'll go ahead and jump on that. But for now, point 1, you guys let us know who it is. Who you think?
All right.
At least. So moving on.
Moving on to this weekend that just passed up. Thanksgiving, Black Friday. This Saturday right now we're recording. What's wrapping up is Indie Saturday. Small Business Saturday. All over Facebook all day. I've seen friends of mine be like, "Oh, hey, get a watercolor for $25 off. Go to my website, get so and so off." You know, it's where the indie guy is supposed to come up and do some bank, be aggressive. So I was looking for some good information online aside from a lot of the sales. I was looking to see, what kind of approaches indie creators and artists out there have been taking. And a lot of it has been pretty much the same. Like please go on my site and buy $25 worth of stuff. Do you have any illustrators or creators?
I haven't gone on Facebook much today. When I was on there this morning though, Jeff Balki did some badass Ninja Turtle colors.
Now what did Jeff Balki do?
These colors.
No, but I mean, how did he display it? Like how?
He's been smart with his stuff. He was good. Not to say that everybody else wasn't, but Jeff Balki stood out to me because of what it was. It was the Ninja Turtles. I don't have to go into that, but throughout the week he's been coloring these prints, these Ninja Turtle prints he has. And each print is an individual turtle.
Right.
So throughout the week, actually I think for the last 2 weeks, he's been posting them. This one's now freshly colored. It's available for sale on my website. So today, he finally puts all 4 of them up. He finishes Leo, and he puts them all up. And he's like, you can get all 4 for $40. So $10 a print. And I'm just like...
That's good.
I gotta hit up Jeff. If you're watching this, I want those prints.
I really like that. I think that's good salesmanship right there, especially since he kind of like led you through the process.
Exactly.
And he kind of went fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm reeling them in. And
Yeah.
then finally, bam! All 4, $40. That's actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's like a Comic-Con deal.
One thing that comes to mind when I have these comparisons, like the Jeff Balki and a lot of like my own friends that I graduated art school with, is if you know the name Chip Mosier, you should Google it. You probably know Comixology. You probably get like a lot of his emails that you probably marked on spam by now. But he's very influential in his own way. He has a lot of knowledge that he shares with artists and just throughout the comic book community in general. One thing that was referenced from him a lot was a panel that he was in, I believe it was in San Diego, where he pretty much narrowed it down like boom, boom, boom. You want to make it in this business, you're an indie guy, these are 3 points. Boom, boom, boom. You follow these, you got it. His first one is one that comes up a lot. We've even talked about it, is the use of social media and be aggressive. That's like a given because
Be aggressive, but don't spam it.
Exactly. It's kind of like you created an Iron Man piece, all right? Kind of like Jeff Balki did those Ninja Turtles. But don't go on Facebook and Twitter and your LinkedIn, whatever your DeviantArt, and start tagging every single person that was ever involved with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Because then that person's going to be like, oh, why am I getting this? Why are you tagging on this? Like, crap, now you tag me and now all these other people want to be you know, they want to follow me or they want to
Mhm.
friend me, or it's like, crap, man, you just totally spammed me.
Pretty much.
In that own social media way. So it's kind of like, be smart, be Jeff Balki, don't be a spammer.
I don't like spam. I don't eat it.
If you're in Hawaii, you probably have to.
Probably. That and pineapples. I eat pineapples all day.
I love it, man. I had a turkey this weekend. With
No
bacon.
shit.
Well, no, it was wrapped in bacon and it had pineapple.
A lot of people were doing that. People were throwing their turkeys in the oven with bacon just drenched over it.
Dude, you put bacon on anything, it's
I'm
gonna
not a
be
bacon
juicy
guy,
and
though.
delicious.
I'm not a bacon guy.
You go to hell, you fucker. Come here. Point number 2. You always made me forget, but
I just don't like bacon. Like I said.
Once again, actually, it was more reflective on the marketing side, not just social media. To me, these days, they kind of go hand in hand, because if you're going to market, social media does become your base. But if you're going to market, learn to separate the art itself, and then learn to separate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be so-and-so artist, then fine. You have that page on Facebook that's like so-and-so artist.com, whatever. And then have myself, David Sanchez, over here. Actually, a good example I kept thinking about was you yourself, because you do music on the side. You got your thing going, right?
It's been a while, but yeah.
But how have you come to that point where you learn to, like, okay, I could have these people on this music page, but I can't have them on this comic page? Because isn't it weird? Aren't you two different people technically when you're doing rap? I don't know how your style is now.
Yeah,
but
I can see I see what you're saying.
But I'm talking about your reflective of your style before.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, you got a target audience. You know, when it comes to comics remix, there's certain people that I know are into comics, and it's one of those things where, I mean, you're gonna be into, like, if you're gonna see my post, if you're into music, you'll check the music out. If you're into the comics, you'll check the comics.
But see, that's
out.
just
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
If you're like a one of my friends, Anthony Kozar, if you're in the Angel Medina, and this is your fan page, then you treat that fan page just like Target treats their page. It's like hello Target customers, it's a great day outside. You know, it's good enough so when you come in,
You try not to blend the two.
No,
That's all.
first time customers get 5% off.
Mhm.
Like, that's it. Like, that's how you treat it. You're not gonna be on there like, oh, hey guys, stop by, get a $25 watercolor, and hey Chad, you suck for, you know, trying to suck my dick while I was drunk. But see, that's just it. That's just it. You're like, whoa, shit, delete, unlike.
Okay, I see what you mean.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
No,
Right.
this is your business, and then this is you.
Right.
Okay, your grandma can't be on your fan page unless she actually buys your stuff.
Right. Yeah, she can't be on there. I'm on there to support my baby. No.
Your fan page
fly.
should only have the people that would
target
your
audience.
demographic.
Yeah.
It should only have your demographic or people you know would buy. Who has the buying power for the people who like your stuff.
Right.
And that's it. Third point was actually a point that was, if you watched a lot of our Wizard World stuff, it's a point that was driven hard from every single professional.
And there's still more coming soon.
Yes. It's a point that was driven hard from every single professional. You're not a fan, you're a professional.
Yeah, you're not a fan working on your favorite hero. This is you making a paycheck to feed your family.
To reiterate, aggressiveness, down the points, be aggressive with your style in the sense that just drool with confidence. Just drip it. Be soaked in it. This is your style. Be proud of it. Don't be that guy who's just kind of sitting at his desk, looking at people pass by. Be oh my God, who's the guy that was totally killing it with his booth?
Greg Horn.
Greg Horn, man. Be Greg Horn. That guy was fantastic.
Hey, that dude was like hopped up on Red Bulls.
Yeah, he had it merchandised really well. The way he presented his art was really well. His art, he was selling it for a very good price, and he was making money. Like,
oh hell yeah!
Like the price.
Location was also a big
the price
factor.
you were thinking, like for anybody who set up a booth, they were probably thinking, man, it's the economy. I can't charge that much. Maybe I should
what's the saying? Make the best out of the situation you have. Greg Horn probably paid the same amount he paid that everybody else paid for their tables. His location was not. It was great, but it wasn't. It turned out being better. It was at the very end of the aisle, and it wasn't even one of those. It was like the top part, you know, like you can't have people line up at your table because it's a fire hazard. But he made the most of it, and that's where the crowd was. Like you said, it's how you display it. He had lights illuminating his work,
and he was just on.
He was
every second.
He was very energetic.
Like 2 for $30. Get a discount here. Are you a veteran? Come here.
He was just,
he was like just
on
driving it in, bringing it in.
Now that's not saying nothing against the ones that were just sitting there and stuff, because let's face it, the art does speak for itself. If it's good art, and it's gonna catch attention. But if you can sit there and push it, and you, like you said, ooze with confidence. Like Greg Horn knows his shit is good, so why not just say, "Hey, my stuff is good. Come get it."
Hey man, and
So
not just
for
from
that,
Greg, but someone that we've interviewed a couple of times, a very close acquaintance to us, Art Baltasar.
Yeah, Art
even
was on
he
the
said
ball.
it when he came over here on the show. Even he said you have to be persistent.
Yeah.
Every con, all the time, and just
Don't give up.
deliver every single second.
Yeah.
He was across from Greg Horn, completely different style, night and day.
B. Jordan.
Dude, he was there with Crayolas.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg Horn had 11 by 17 full color, master detailed, illuminated.
Digital print,
The illustration
The whole
had
9
layers,
yards.
had surface textures, beautiful lighting. All Baltasar had like those little blank
Index
cards.
cards.
No, it wasn't index cards. It was the trading cards that you could
Okay,
buy
the
blank.
blank trading cards. Yeah.
Just a micron doodling and Crayolas. Literally, Crayola crayons just drawing on them. But isn't that like how much of a nice thing is that to like hang up and display? It's
No, I
like a
feel
very
you,
cute
yeah.
thing,
It's
and,
original. That's his style.
and it's interesting
That's
that they were
art.
almost at some points driving in the same crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had that area going in there. So be confident in your style.
Yeah.
All right. Night and day, Albert Baltasar and Greg Horn, they were making it work. 2 totally different people.
Mm-hmm.
And those are 2 different styles of art that we could have pointed out in other indie artists in the Artist Alley. So there you go.
So yeah, basically just
All right,
lose
and-
confidence.
And to finish it, completely unrelated to the points that I just made and to what Junior was saying, I was looking through some Hawkeye cover art. It's really starting to annoy me. It's what we call in the industry hipster art, where you're basically just recycling another image and repurposing it for something else.
Look,
It's nice in the fact that it's decorative
give him an example. For example, Hawkeye #4. Really?
with the tape deck on it. How many tape deck images can I think of right now?
Is it a take? No.
It's the cassette. It's the old
VHS.
VHS. It's the old VHS.
Okay.
But seriously, it's
Yeah.
hipster art because you could have just gotten on Shutterstock,
Shame on
bought the picture of the cassette, or even Googled one. Fiddle with it, whatever, getting stripped it down to the point where
He
you
said
would have liked
fiddle
it,
with it and
and
strip
then
it down.
just laid copy over it.
Laid.
It's hipster art, man.
I agree.
I get where you're trying to go. It's very stylish and it's decorative, and you could do some pretty stuff with it, but
It is kind of plain.
I call it hipster art, and that's what other people call it, and it's stupid.
Hawkeye #4 in stores now.
There you go. Bye. I guess.
All right, well, that's it for now. Join us on episode 24.2, where, like I said earlier, we will go over the top 10 according to Bleeding Cool magazine, and we'll talk about some Marvel Now stuff. So then, I'm Junior the Turd, and that's David Sanchez. He's not a turd. He's got to release one.
I like you guys. I like you, Junior. You're not a turd.
I'm not a turd.
Oh man.
Well, that's nice to know.
You're not a turd.
That's fucking. That's 4 for 4, man.
Yeah.
That's
Have a
4
good night,
for 4.
everybody.
That's 4 for 4.